Welcome to our annual Memorial Day Parade. Originally called Decoration Day, Memorial Day is a day of remembrance for those who have died in our nation's service and a day to honor those who have served or are serving in our armed forces. The Village of Beverly Hills Park and Recreation Board puts on the parade and carnival with the support of many volunteers and generous sponsors. This year, we're celebrating the 42nd anniversary of this wonderful community event. After the parade, you can join your friends, family, and neighbors at our fun-filled annual carnival at Beverly Park, as well as the Memorial Day commemoration ceremony at the flagpole at 1 p.m. I'd like to welcome the second member of our broadcast team, Andy Aubrey. Andy's going to be working the parade route, gathering all kinds of interviews. Andy, why don't you take it away?
Well, thank you, Brad. It is an honor to be here with you and the rest of our TV crew today to cover this glorious event. It's been years and years we've done this, and what a privilege and an honor to acknowledge those who lost their lives in the service of this country, making it what it is today. I saw a picture online, a social media site that had a picture of a lady having a picnic in a cemetery of all things, and next to her in front of a headstone was a baby in a car seat. It was about 4 months old, it looked like, and I thought, you know, this really drove home the sacrifice that not only service people make, but their families as well. So let's take a minute today to just, say a prayer. Thank God we have those people who work for us and fight for our freedoms, and have a little celebration at the same time. So looking forward to it, Brad. We got a beautiful day here. Definitely, with all the rain we've had recently, this is going to be a fantastic parade.
Yeah, the unofficial kickoff of summer in this Beverly Hills Parade, crystal clear blue skies. It should be a fantastic day. Our first up will be the Beverly Hills Public Safety, but first let's take a quick timeout.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Leading off the parade is the Beverly Hills Public Safety Department's fire engine patrol vehicle. The Public Safety Department provides exemplary service to the community, keeping Beverly Hills a safe place in which to live, work, and play. Our 27 public safety officers provide all first responder vehicle services, serving as police officers, firefighters, and EMS providers. The department is currently under the direction of Interim Chief Lee Davis. The department began in 1958 with 4 public patrollers operating from the basement of a private residence. The Public Safety Department has grown significantly since then, protecting and serving the villages of Beverly Hills and Southfield Township. Behind the Beverly Hills Public Safety Unit is Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard. The Oakland County Sheriff's Office provides countywide law enforcement services to over 1.2 million Oakland County residents. Pleased to welcome Sheriff Bouchard, who has led the department since 1999. At today's parade, the department is showcasing some of the vehicles used in law enforcement in the county. We're especially pleased to welcome the mounted unit, one of the oldest mounted patrol units in the United States, operating since 1948. A little known fact, the mounted deputies provide their own horses.
Well, Brad, we have the one and only Sheriff Michael Bouchard. There he is. Where would we be without each other on this day, Sheriff?
This is a big day. This is beautiful Beverly. It's a Norman Rockwell experience. Yep. Everybody loves Beverly.
Everybody loves Beverly. A very important day, Mike. You'll agree, honoring our fallen heroes and service members. Curious, what drew you to a life of service?
Actually, I volunteered with an organization that was dealing with abused kids, and it just drew me in. I couldn't believe somebody would hurt another person like that, let alone a parent or someone else. So next thing you know, I left my plans to be a doctor and became a cop. My parents still scratching their heads. But, we just have become a family that my son's currently deployed.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's in the Middle East right now.
Where is he at?
He's in the Middle East.
Okay, we'll leave it at that.
Some counter, terrorism stuff.
Okay, good. Well, thank you for everything. Always great to see you out here, Sheriff, and you have a wonderful day.
You too.
All right, there he is, Brad. Sheriff Bouchard.
Beverly Hills Boy Scout Troop 1024 Color Guard, as we are getting a look here at some of the sheriff's patrol vehicles. Beverly Hills Boy Scout Troop 1024 Color Guard is up next. They're based out of Beverly Elementary School. The troop has been in existence for nearly 70 years and has seen more than 140 boys achieve the rank of Eagle Scout. In addition to monthly campouts and working on merit badges, they're involved in numerous service projects in the community. The troop is led by Scoutmaster Chris Macris, Community Chair Jeff Holland, and Troop Advancement Coordinator Armando Taborga. Beverly Elementary Cub Scout Pack 1024, based out of Beverly Elementary. Over 50 boys and girls strong, hailing from Beverly and Greenfield Elementary, Our Lady Queen of Martyrs, and other local schools with kids from kindergarten through 5th grade. Scouts are wrapping up a great year of activities, including launching model rockets, participating in Pinewood Derby, biking, camping, skiing, and conquering the high ropes courses. Search Be a Scout on Google to find this pack or a local pack near you. This year, we're pleased to honor Bill Sturley as the Grand Marshal of the Beverly Hills Memorial Day Parade. Bill, a 41-year resident of Beverly Hills, is an Army veteran who served as a combat platoon leader in Vietnam. John F. Kennedy's inaugural address on January 20th, 1961, played an influential role in the then 15-year-old Bill's life with those famous words. So my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. That challenge encouraged Bill to join the Army ROTC at the University of Michigan, from which he graduated in 1967 and was commissioned as a second lieutenant armor officer. His active duty commenced in June of 1968 at Fort Knox, Kentucky, where he spent the next 16 weeks training to be a tank unit commander. Upon completion, he was assigned to a training brigade at Fort Knox. In early April 1969, Bill was sent to the Army Jungle Training School in Panama in preparation for his assignment to Vietnam in May of 1969. Bill was assigned to the 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment, made famous by Tom Clancy in his book, Armored Cav. He served as a platoon leader of the 2nd Platoon, Troop C, 1st Squadron of the 11th Cav until August of 1969, when he was wounded by mortar fire during a night attack by the Viet Cong. He spent 8 months in various Army hospitals, recovering from his wounds. Bill was discharged from active duty in April 1970 and spent the next 2 years in the Army Active Reserves and 2 additional years in the Standby Reserves, thus fulfilling his 6-year ROTC obligation. After being discharged from active duty, Bill returned to Royal Oak to resume his job as a high school mathematics teacher and to start a family with his late wife, Betty. In 1972, Bill joined Ford Motor Company as a purchasing agent, where he worked for 30 years until his retirement in 2003. Betty and Bill had 4 children and 6 grandchildren. Since the Civil War, every generation of Bill and Betty's families have served our country as soldiers, sailors, FBI agents, and secret agents. In 1984, Bill and Betty personally built the Beverly Hills house where Bill still resides for over 40 years. Bill is a life member of the Disabled American Veterans. Many thanks to Bill for his years of service to our country. Bill and his 3 granddaughters are being driven today by Parks and Rec Board Chairman Matt Goodrich.
All right, Brad, we got the Grand Marshal here. Bill Sturley, thank you for your service, sir, by the way, and what a wonderful day in Beverly Hills. How about these parade attendees?
It's a great day here. I've lived here for almost 41 years, and my children participated in the second parade here in Beverly Hills, way back in 1985.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been great.
What's it like? What's it mean to you to be the Grand Marshal today?
Well, I decided when they called me, I thought, well, you know, I owe something to the people that have given their lives, and you know, they're comrades in arms of mine, not in time, but in purpose. So I think it's a great honor to be here.
It sure is. Well, we thank you again for your service, and maybe we'll catch up with you in the park a little later. There he is, Brad. It's Bill Sturley. He's our Grand Marshal.
Please welcome our neighborhood bikers. Kids from all over the village got together and decorated their bikes to celebrate the holiday and join in the fun of the parade. Fantastic job decorating bikes. And directly behind the Bike Brigade is Ascension of Christ. And right behind the Beverly Hills Bike Brigade is the Ascension of Christ Lutheran Church and Child Care, located at the corner of 14 Mile Road and Pierce. They are making their 11th consecutive appearance with their float, honoring their sacrifice, remembering the ultimate sacrifice. Ascension of Christ offers a state-licensed child care program for children ages 6 weeks and up. Their year-round developmentally appropriate Christian program has limited openings for infants, toddlers, preschoolers, and pre-K. Contact Director Chelsea Cook for more information. We thank the members of the congregation for providing flags for the parade goers along the route.
We got a leader dog over here, Brad.
Sure do. Great organizations. Leader Dogs for the Blind. Future Leader Dog for the Blind are young puppies training to become service dogs for people with visual impairments. An essential part of a puppy's training is being exposed to a diverse array of experiences in order to build them confidence working in any environment. And this is quite the environment. What a fun experience for that puppy to be in today's parade. There's Gigi's Playhouse, a nonprofit that provides free educational, therapeutic, and career development programs for individuals with Down syndrome, their families, and the community. Beverly Hills Lion Club, part of the Lions Club International, which is the largest service organization in the world, consisting of more than 46,000 clubs. The Lions are well known for their work with the blind and the leader dogs. Our Beverly Hills Lions Club also supports many local causes such as this Memorial Day parade, the Halloween Hoot, student scholarships, and the village's Java and Jazz program. They've been active in the community for more than 50 years, serving humanitarian needs as well as local community programs and events. The Lions Club is always looking for more service-minded people to join the club and participate in serving others. There's a look at a 1929 Model A Ford. The tradition continues. Bob Jordan's beautifully restored 1929 Model A Ford is now being driven by his son Tom, also of Beverly Hills. This car has been a fixture in the Memorial Day parade for over 25 years. Beautiful restoration was awarded a Blue Ribbon Award from the National Model A Restorers Club, thanks to Bob's painstaking work on the vehicle.
We got our village manager, Warren Rothy, over here, Brad. He's driving this Tahoe. And Warren, how's it going today?
It's going great. This is my first parade here. Been here about a month, and I'm loving every second of it.
All right. Well, it's a beautiful day. You ordered up good weather, Warren, so nicely done on that. The kids are loving you. And throw the candy out and don't get a rotator cuff tear or anything. There he is, Brad. It's Warren Rothy. He's our village manager.
Mr. Rothy was recently appointed the Beverly Hills Village Manager. It's excited to get to know the village residents and work collaboratively on projects for the village. Prior to accepting the position in Beverly Hills, Warren worked in Lakeview, St. Clair, and Grosse Pointe Park. Although Rothy is not from Beverly Hills, he does have some ties to the village. His mom went to Groves High School, and his oldest friend lives in the village. Riding with Warren is his wife, Bailey. Northbrook Presbyterian Church making some noise as we listen to the sounds of their contemporary music group. Northbrook is excited to announce that Neighborhood Nights are back on the third Wednesday of the month this summer. Come on by 14 Mile and Lasher on June 18th, July 17th, and August 20th to enjoy food trucks, live music, and fun for all ages. To learn more, check out www.northbrookpc.org. And right behind them is the Northbrook Preschool Wagon Brigade. Say hello to the Wagon Brigade from Northbrook Presbyterian Church. The school has served young children in Beverly Hills for 54 years. They're so excited to be a part of this year's parade. This is their 9th year participating. We got ourselves a stilt walker. Stilt walking is an ancient form of performance art and entertainment that can be found in various cultures throughout history. Stilt walking demands exceptional balance, agility, and grace. Cheers to our stilt walker.
Well, Brad, up next we've got the 2004 Chrysler Crossfire. Beautiful vehicle, driven by Mike and Jerry Buckles. You've been Beverly Hills residents in 1980, right? And married 51 years? Any truth to the rumor that being married that long requires living in separate houses?
Not quite, but you know, that might help.
Well, your car is beautiful, and this is perfect for our parade, I'll tell you what, and congratulations on those 51 years. There they are, Mike and Jerry Buckles, Beverly Hills residents.
Mike and Jerry have been your neighbors in Beverly Hills since 1980, driving their classic 2004 Chrysler Crossfire. The Buckles would like to honor the memory of our brave service members who have defended our precious democracy. Look out, Andy. Here comes the Beverly Hills Little League. Beverly Hills Little League, established in 1960, and is part of the world's largest youth sports program. BHLL is a developmental baseball league helping boys and girls in our community learn the proper fundamentals of America's favorite pastime. There are over 300 players, volunteers, and coaches in this year's Little League. The BHLL is committed to fostering good sportsmanship, teamwork, honesty, and certainly having fun.
Yeah, our cameraman, Mike Kopmeyer, is in the line of fire over here. This is a lot of Little Leaguers.
They're all passing out bubble gum, Andy. It's kind of fitting.
Bubble gum and suckers. We got it all going on over here. Oh, even I got some candy, Brad.
Uh-oh. I think I see Rory.
We got Rory.
The official mascot of the Detroit Lions.
Rory, we're getting Hutch back. A little disappointing last year, but good things on the horizon, right? Yes, Rory, man, a few words, but he loves the thumbs up. And we are all about you, your favorite color, Honolulu, blue and silver and black. Sporting the black today, Brad. Lion King's his favorite movie. You know, all the Lions are his favorite players, right? Absolutely. Well, Roy, we're glad to have you out here in Beverly Hills. My man, and there's some candy for you. Enjoy. Good year coming. There he is, Brad.
Do you know Rory is undefeated in steering contests? He also holds the Ford Field record for most high fives during a single Lions game. Forward down the field. The 1960s F-250. It's a custom cab pickup built in Kansas City, Missouri. This truck has spent many years working for the Wetmore Mining and Drilling Company in Iowa, South Dakota, and Nebraska. The truck was leveling restored from 2012 to 2017 by 30-year Beverly Hills resident Rob Iorio. The Redford Unicycle Club. They've been participating in parades and performances throughout Greater Detroit for over 50 years. The club started as a group of neighborhood teenagers who enjoyed riding unicycles, and it grew from there. It's now a multi-generational group with a few three-generation families. If you're interested in joining them, they offer classes for beginning riders every year in January and February, and club members practice on Saturday mornings throughout most of the year. There are absolutely no age restrictions. Check the RTUC website for more information. That's the Redford Township Unicycle Club. rtuc.org for more information.
Yeah, this would be me. I think I'd have to hold on to something or somebody to stay up on a unicycle.
Let's make sure our cords are out of the way. Look out.
Yeah, they're getting a little twisted over here. A little bit of spaghetti on the road, but we're making it. It's all good.
Behind the Redford Unicycle Club is a 1963 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray Coupe. It's called a split window because of its divided rear window, which was only offered on the 1963s. Subsequent Corvettes had a one-piece rear window. This
Brad.
beautiful classic car is driven by Jim and Pam Hall, 30-year residents of Beverly Hills, and they're accompanied by their Westie, Nelson. There's Nelson. Oh,
Well, here they are.
dog.
Yep. Jim and Pam, what's it like living in Beverly Hills, especially on a day like today, Pam?
Oh, it's wonderful, and we've been here for 30-some years, and this is the first time we've been in the parade, though, so it's great. Beautiful day.
It's paradise. I was born and raised out in Southern California and never managed to live at Beverly Hills out there. This is better.
This is the real Beverly Hills, Jim. You better believe it. Well, you've got a beautiful car here, and thanks for being in the parade today. What a gorgeous machine, Brad. And the dog's cute. Cute as all get out, too.
1963 Corvette Stingray Coupe. Wow. And behind them is the Groves Pom-Pom team. Competitive team that has participated in various competitions throughout Michigan. The group has performed at all of Groves varsity football and varsity basketball home games, in addition to other Groves sporting events. Excited for a fantastic year. The team is looking forward to hosting a kids clinic on September 13th of this year. Watch out for details on the Birmingham Public Schools website. The team is coached by Stacy Hill and Serena Keaton. Groves Pom-Pom team. I think I see the Beverly Bobcat as well as the Berkshire Wildcat. Uh-oh, look out. That can only mean one thing. It's the Beverly Elementary Daisy, Brownie, and Junior Scouts. They're excited to walk together in this year's Memorial Day Parade. Girls from troops of Daisies, Brownies, and Junior Scouts are represented today. Troops work together for a drive-through cookie booth at the Beverly School parking lot and celebrate with a Girl Scout dance each year. They work to make the world a better place and to be a sister to every Girl Scout. There is a look at the Berkshire Wildcat, the Beverly Bobcat walking alongside the parade route as well. Beverly Elementary Daisy, Brownies, and Junior Scouts. Let's take a look at a 1938 Plymouth driven by Frank Pfeiffer, a local resident who has loved classic cars since he was a kid. When Frank's dad was a kid, his family car was a 1938 Plymouth, and it later became his car in high school. In 2019, Frank found a very similar car, working during COVID to slowly get her back running and driving again. Sharing photos and videos of his car brought back wonderful memories for Frank's dad in his final years. This car will be shown at the Motor Muster at Greenfield Village over Father's Day weekend. The Goldfish Swim School, one of our silver sponsors for today's event. Goldfish Swim School is a leading learn-to-limb swim provider throughout Northern America. It was founded right here in Birmingham, Michigan in 2006. With more than 165 locations today, Goldfish Swim School teaches children ages 4 months to 12 years how to be safer in and around water while giving them the platform to make big waves in life. Warmer weather's finally here, so be sure to jump in at Goldfish to kickstart your safer summer. A 1977 Chevy Silverado. This stellar 77 Chevy Silverado is one of several classic vehicles owned and enjoyed by John Pappas, a 60-year resident of Beverly Hills. Andy, if I'm not mistaken, I believe I see the Greenfield Gator.
We got the Gator. Gator in the house for the Greenfield Girl Scout Troop 77-544. Here they are.
Troop of Brownies, which is 3rd and 4th graders from Greenfield Elementary School. The troop has been associated with the school since 2021. They're learning about how to be members of the community with a focus on service. This year, our troops have earned many Brownie badges, and they even took a field trip to the Corwell Moonbeams event, made blankets for the Children's Hospital, and created Valentines for vets. Troop leaders this year are Isabel Nelson Mervac, Angela Collins, and Sandy Kohlmeyer. Greenfield Gator. Next is proud to serve the growing 50 and over population of our community for more than 40 years. Next members enjoy a unique array of classes, programs, and seminars. In addition, they offer support services, transportation services, referrals, and nutritional support. They're accompanied this year by a vintage 1930 Ford Model A. Here's a beautiful look at that 1930 Ford Model A. Pickles the Clown. Here comes a really dedicated clown. Pickles began clowning around in 1984 and hasn't missed a parade since. Pickles is joined today by her granddaughter, Baby Dill. Obviously, Pickles loves waving to the crowds, marching to patriotic music, and meeting the kids. To honor her father, a soldier during World War II, Pickles marches in the parade and carries a bag with a picture of him in his Army uniform. Andy, take it away.
Yeah, we're going to talk to Pickles. Come on up, Pickles, and we'll get a look at your father, right? He is a former service member. You're always here with him in his honor. What's it mean for being in this Beverly Parade every year?
I get really choked up. I love to see the veterans, and I'm grateful that my dad came back.
Yeah, fantastic. And next generation down, Baby Dill over there, the granddaughter, right? You're getting bigger over there, Baby Dill. What happened to you? You were supposed. Wow, I'll say honestly.
Support our troops, remember our veterans. Support our troops, remember our veterans.
Great, very nice sentiment, and more important than ever today. Pickles the Clown, and honestly, stand up tradition here, the Beverly Hills Parade. She's been great all these years. Thanks, Pickles. Good to talk to you and your granddaughter again.
The 12th Congressional District Republicans, as well as the Oakland County Republican Party. Republicans of the 12th Congressional District, Oakland and Wayne County, serve Beverly Hills and the surrounding communities. Our groups work to actively recruit, support, and elect Republicans to promote and protect the values of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for current and future generations. (1940) GMC pickup.
It is gorgeous. I mean, honestly, Brad, we have been blessed with one of the better days. Thought it was going to be a little cool earlier, but not to be. The sun is gorgeous. We've got white, billowy clouds up ahead in the skies, and smiles all around. Really is a community event. You see a lot of attendees hugging people along the parade route, as well as those in the parade. So it's just a great time.
Now it's time for the 1940 GMC pickup, owned and driven by Lisa Garavaglia of Beverly Hills. This is one of about 10,000 civilian pickup trucks built by GMC during the war production run. About half were extended wheelbases. This vehicle is one of just a few that remain in existence. The truck was built at the GMC truck and bus plant in Pontiac. The site is now home to the M1 Concourse. The truck was restored years ago and is powered by a 3.7 HP Corvette V8, an automatic transmission which replaced the original 63 horsepower straight six. Air conditioning, power steering, power brakes, and power windows were also added for driving on nice summer days.
Like today.
Also have a 2020 Shelby GT500 driven by Little Mike Garavaglia of Beverly Hills. This car has a 760 horsepower supercharged V8 with some track options. The 0 to 60 time, get this, Andy Aubrey, approximately 3.3 seconds.
That's whiplash range right there.
Car
That's
can be
gorgeous.
seen around town and at the M1 Concourse on the weekends. Big Mike Garavaglia of Beverly Hills, has the 2024 Jeep 392 Hemi. And the 392 is the cubic inch Hemi that produces, get this, 470 horsepower. The 0 to 60 time in that Jeep is 4.4 seconds, which is faster than any 60s muscle car except probably the Shelby Cobra. Capable of fording 33 inches of water. The 5,000 rated Warren winch can pull almost anything to safety. We thank the Garavaglia family for participating in the parade since 2002. You're hearing the sounds now of Mark Bursaw. Mark has been playing the Scottish Highland bagpipes in the Beverly Hills Parade every year since 1996. He's a professional bagpipe maker and painter. Something very haunting about the bagpipes. Baldwin Public Library welcomes all to enjoy and utilize their services and resources. Whether you're coming to our location to enjoy the Wi-Fi and cozy atmosphere, participating in a program or story time, or taking advantage of the anytime, anywhere digital offerings, the Baldwin Library strives to be your first and best option to learn, connect, and discover. Check out the Baldwin Public Library's cool book bike. If you don't already have a library card, stop by the book bike at the Carnival after the parade to sign up. There is a look at the cool book bike. The Birmingham Bloomfield Area Democratic Club is glad to join the parade for the third year. They support Beverly Hills and the surrounding communities. Check them out at bbdems.org. The club is happy to have State Senators Mallory McMorrow and Jeremy Moss today, along with State Representative Samantha Steckloff and Natalie Price walking with them today. There's Jeremy Moss.
We're going to get some of the interviews down in the park. We got Jeremy Moss and Mallory McMorrow's here. We'll talk to them in a few minutes. Just, I know they like to speak. These politicians like to speak as long as they can, and we wouldn't really have much time for them out here, so we will catch up with them shortly.
Yep, Andy Aubrey will be going down to the flag ceremony, which will take place at the flagpole in the park to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice to our freedom. So make sure you continue watching for that directly after the parade. Should mention also that a bunch of banners are displayed at the park with all the names of our area businesses who have provided sponsorships for this Memorial Day parade and carnival. Make sure you support those local businesses and thank them for their generous support. And that includes Floor Coverings International. They are a silver sponsor of today's parade. They're a locally family-owned and operated flooring company that opened in August of last year. They specialize in residential and commercial flooring, including materials, installation, and design advice across all service types. They will bring the floors to your door in their mobile showroom. Floor Coverings International, big thanks to them for being a silver sponsor of Beverly Hills Parade. The Bingham Eagle is with the Bingham Farms Girl Scouts. Consists of all the Daisy, Brownie, and Junior troops that meet at the school. Each grade has their own troop that meets throughout the year where they learn new skills, participate in community service activities, as well as making new friends. The girls have fun earning badges for all of their accomplishments throughout the year. And behind the Bingham Farms Girl Scouts is the Bingham Farms Cub Scouts. There's the Bingham Eagle, dabbing up a few individuals along the parade route. Cub Scout Pack 1049 is comprised mostly of students from Bingham Farms and West Maple Elementary Schools. The pack supports our community through events like the annual Scouting for Food to benefit gleaners, the Pinewood Derby, and overnight campout at D-Bar A Scout Ranch. They offer opportunities to put their scouting skills to use at the ranch. Scouts learn wildness and wilderness survival skills through regular meetings including fire safety, food safety, first aid, and more. Bingham Eagle making some new friends.
Good to see you guys.
How are you?
Tradition now, right?
I know, that's what you're like, there's the TV truck, your cousin's probably here.
There you go. Take care. We got people, we got family, we got friends. There's all kinds of folks I know around here, Brad. This is good stuff. How about this Cadillac DeVille, though?
It is a 1978 Cadillac Seville Opera Coupe. Tam York Cook is driving it, and it's an original. The car was a General Motors authorized conversion performed by the Grandeur Motor Company in Pompano Beach, Florida. A showroom new Seville would be sent to the Grandeur facility where it was literally cut in two, with the backseat area removed, and the body was then welded back together. A stretch front end was added to give the car a neoclassical look. Only about 300 of these conversions were completed. And behind that 1978 Cadillac Seville is the Birmingham Patriots football and cheer team. Community football and cheer programming serving local youth athletes in grades K through 8. It's been operating since 2006. The Patriots dedicated to sportsmanship, growth, and safety. Andy, we might have some potential future Groves Falcons.
Yeah,
in that group.
Falcons, Maples, both. Lions, Wolverines, Spartans.
Circus Among Us. How about these cycles? Performers from Circus Among Us are riding giant bikes this year. Andy, we got to get you on one of these giant bikes.
That'll happen never, okay? So, actually, the one doesn't look too bad with the motor on it. I don't know about this one.
How's your balance?
Yeah, well, we'd find out pretty quick, wouldn't we?
Uh-oh, look out. Hooper. He's spraying the parade route with something.
Hooper, the bubble-blowing machine. I don't know what he's got. He's got silly string, I believe.
You might have to duck with that tree coming up. Hip, hip, hooray for Hooper. Look at the moves on Hooper, the Detroit Pistons mascot. He was born in Lucky, Kentucky, and was originally trained to be a racehorse. But Hooper knew he was too talented to be just a racehorse, so he trained long and hard to master his craft, honed his skills, and finally earned his spot as the Pistons' official mascot in 1996. He amazes us all with his fine stunts, clever skits, and fun-loving personality. Some of his talents include dancing, dunking, stilt walking, and even skydiving. Over the years, he's been beloved by all of the NBA players and fans alike. When he's not at games, he loves to get involved out in the community. Why a horse mascot for the Pistons? Well, just like the Pistons, they're named after the team produces horsepower, and that was certainly the case this year as the Pistons made their way back to the playoffs.
Yeah, the Pistons had a great year. Hooper's got a lot to be proud of, Brad.
Penultimate spot in the parade always belongs to these guys. The Beverly Dads Club, George Washington crossing the Delaware to the enjoyment of all the kids. This next float takes us back to 1776 when General George Washington crossed the Delaware. The brave young American militia, watch out for those cannons. It's live candy, folks.
And who can forget George Washington crossing the Delaware with his candy gun full of airheads, nerds, and lifesaver gummies? Ah, yes, history.
Sirens are blaring, lights are flashing. That can only mean one thing. As is tradition, the fire truck marks the end of the parade. Thanks to the Beverly Hills Public Safety Department for bringing up the rear, but always being at the forefront of safety. Be sure to join us at the Memorial Day Carnival down at Beverly Park from now until 2 p.m. We'll have face painting, balloon animals, live music, a petting farm, food trucks, and more. Andy, I got to make sure we get our special thanks to all of our Memorial Day Parade sponsors. That includes the platinum sponsors of Hubble, Roth, and Clark, Premier Pet Supply. The gold sponsor this year was the Goddard School of Beverly Hills. Our silver sponsors include Camus Equipment Company, Floor Coverings International, Goldfish Swim School, Market Fresh, Thomas J. Ryan PC, and Wana Cookie. Bronze sponsors include the Beverly Hills Ace Hardware, Jason's Outdoor Services, and Sue's Hallmark Cards and Gifts. A big thank you as well to the Village Parks and Recreation Board for organizing this year's Memorial Day festivities. Another year in the books, Andy Aubrey. Fun as always. I'm sure you got plenty of candy. Your thoughts this year, Andy?
Yeah, my dentist is going to love me after this. Plenty of candy indeed. We've saved all the children from being run over, which was key amongst this because sometimes the candy lands in the street and fire trucks are coming by. But Brad, it's been an honor and a privilege to work with you as always for this parade, bringing the parade to the people, as well as our tremendous staff, camera people, director Steve Rhoda, all the rest, and hope we can do it again next year.
Sounds like a plan. A big thank you to all of our parade sponsors. Could not have done this without all of you. Until then, Andy, I know you're going to go down to the park to get some interviews along the way, so make sure, folks, you at home watching, stay tuned for Andy's interviews at the park.
Yeah, we're going to talk to some people down there. We'll get some of the politicians, give them their time, and then hopefully some fun interviews. So let's keep remembering today and the purpose of it. Thank our fallen heroes for bringing us their service and their dedication. And today is your day.
Very well said, Andy. That will wrap up our coverage of the 2025 Beverly Hills Memorial Day Parade. Thank you so much for watching. As promised, here's Andy Aubrey down at the park.
John George, village president, here among us and taking a moment to speak about what a beautiful day we have in Beverly Hills and the importance of the day, John. What does this all mean to you?
Well, first of all, we couldn't have asked for a better day. We got the best weather day of the year. I was just talking with one of the women who started the parade with the Women's Club back in the 70s. And so the fact that this endures as a tradition and that we take time as a community to recognize soldiers who gave their lives in service of the country, I think is incredibly meaningful. We always try to have some of the history and keep the focus while we're having fun on what the day's about. So it's good to see such a great turnout and response from the community.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. And I think it's nice that we're able to just kind of put all the stuff aside and enjoy each other's company, the company of our friends and neighbors. The Democratic Party march, the Republican Party march, there's been no rumbles. I'm impressed by that. But what's to give us an update on the council? How are things going over in Beverly Hills?
Everything's, I think we're headed in lots of good directions. We've got all kinds of work that we've done that we're excited about. We're about to start building a bunch of sidewalks. We've got water main projects going on. We're always working on the roads. We've added a new park since we talked last, and we're excited to get to work on that and make it a great space for the community. So lots of energy spent. We have a new village manager. Lots of good things happening for the people. I couldn't be more excited about what we have going on here.
Yeah. Well, we are too, and thank you for your service to this great community. And as a many-year resident, not now at the current time, but I was here for years, and Beverly Hills, you'll agree, is a great place to live and work. So thank you for your time. We will get, we're going to get a little ceremony going over here in a few minutes, but we'll look forward to seeing you in those commission meetings.
All right.
Okay, the council meetings. Thank you, John. All right, Jeremy Moss, kind enough to take a moment here with us right now. And Jeremy, great to see you out here as always.
Good to be here. This is a Beverly Hills tradition. I'm proud to be a part of it.
Yeah, exactly. As you who serves our community, what does a day like today mean to you?
Well, this is important. This is a vibrant day. The community's out, the music's blaring, and the only reason that we're here is because people made true sacrifices for us to enjoy a beautiful day like this. We're proud to be an American. And as Americans, we value our democracy and our freedom to gather on a day like today. So this is all because of the people who made the ultimate sacrifice for us to enjoy a day like today.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. And, you know, a day like this, hopefully we're able to put all of our political differences aside in one common goal, which is, like you said, honoring the fallen heroes. Now let's give you a little plug. It sounds like you might have some aspirations that aim a little higher than where you are these days, Jeremy, right?
That's right. So I serve as President Pro Tem of the Michigan Senate, been serving this community for many, many years in the state legislature, and next year we'll be running for Congress. So very excited about that new venture.
Yeah. Onward and upward, right?
We're gonna make it happen.
All right. Well, we wish you the best of luck. It's always great to see you out here, Jeremy. And we got a little ceremony here in momentarily, and I know you're going to be a part of that. So good to see you again.
Happy Memorial Day to everybody. Thank you for observing.
Thank you. All right. All right, we are here now with Bill Sturley, our Grand Marshal of today's parade and carnival here at Beverly Park. Bill, congratulations on that honor. Tell us a little bit about how it came about. How did you find out you were going to achieve this honor today?
Well, I've recently lost my wife.
I'm sorry.
And so I joined the senior group over in Birmingham called Next.
Yep.
10 days before I got this call.
Okay.
And so if I hadn't joined the group, they would never have found me.
Join things, people, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, and so Kathleen over there was the one that convinced me to respond, and I'm very happy that I did. It's an honor to be speaking or representing, I should say, our fallen comrades, and it's something that I had never thought about before as having this opportunity.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So you served in Vietnam. What was it like serving in the U.S. Armed Forces during such a turbulent time?
To be blunt, okay, it was 1969. I got over. I was a first lieutenant. I was a combat platoon leader, and the first thing I realized, there's something wrong here.
Yeah.
Why are we here?
Right.
Turns out that the country had been split after World War II by the French into North and South, and it was basically a civil war.
Right, right.
we got involved because they talked about the domino theory, worried about if Vietnam falls, everybody falls. But we got over there, and what we're trained for is accomplish the mission no matter what. Real close behind that is take care of your men. And so we did the mission, but the whole deal was getting everybody home if we could. And so we had to factor that into the equation, at least I did. Yep. And so it was one of the other things that I found that worked, that I learned in training, was don't ask your men to do something you won't do. That's fair. You might have remembered some of the tunnels they talked about down there. We came across some tunnels, and the troop commander, the captain, told me, send somebody down in the tunnel. And I decided, well, I've not done it, so I'll do it. I was lucky. There was nothing down there, but there's a lot of times there's booby traps. But that was an issue for me because I thought, my troops know what I'll do, that I got their back. Yeah, right. So that was part of the deal. We each had each other's backs, and that's always true. That's always true. Yeah. But at the time, we were young, and you can't spend too much time thinking about what the aberrations are here. It's just, we're here, I volunteered, I got to do my job. Right. And I spent about 8 months in various Army hospitals. I was wounded on August 20th, 1969. But I'm doing fine now.
Yeah. Well, you look good. I'm old enough to remember the 60s, and people talk about now being turbulent times. Those were really turbulent times, right?
In a different way.
Yes, in
a
different way.
No, one of the things that, looking back, that was actually something that was a positive thing there. The students back in those days made the difference. The student protests around the country. Right. And that had an influence on Lyndon Johnson and finding a way to end that war. So that's kind of what service members do. This is called freedom of speech. This is called freedom of dissent. And it had an impact back then.
Yeah, it sure did. Well, again, thank you very much for your service. We appreciate you. Congratulations on your tremendous honor of being named our Grand Marshal this year. And you're out here, you're shaking hands and getting pats on the back, and they're all well deserved, Bill. So congratulations to you, and we'll wrap it up for right now.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for your attendance here today. I'm Cynthia Arvant. I'm a judge at the 46th District Court, and I will be presiding over today's Memorial Day commemoration ceremony. Memorial Day is a time when Americans pause to remember the men and women who have given their lives in defense of our country. As part of today's commemoration, we will have thoughts about Memorial Day from this year's Grand Marshal, Mr. Bill Sturley, and from Senator Jeremy Moss, followed by a wreath-laying ceremony. At this time, I'd like to invite all veterans present today to indicate their presence by a show of hands. Do we have any veterans present today? All right, and if we could give them a hand. All right, speaking next today is our Grand Marshal, Mr. Bill Sturley. I'm going to give you a brief introduction, and then we'll hear comments from Mr. Sturley. Bill Sturley is an Army veteran who in 1969 served as a combat platoon leader in Vietnam. And I actually told Mr. Sturley, I think he may be our first Vietnam veteran that we have honored on Memorial Day, so we are especially pleased to have him here today. John Kennedy's inaugural address on January 20th, 1961, during the height of the Cold War with the Soviet Union, played an influential role in then 15-year-old Bill's life with those famous words. So, my fellow Americans, Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. That challenged and encouraged Bill to join the Army ROTC at the University of Michigan, from which he graduated in 1967 and was commissioned as a second lieutenant as an armor officer. His active duty commenced on June 9, 1968 at Fort Knox, Kentucky, where he spent the next 16 weeks training to be a tank unit commander. Upon completion, he was assigned to the training brigade at Fort Knox, which provided logistical support for training other second lieutenants arriving for their training. He continued in that role until early April 1969, at which time he was sent to Army Jungle Training School in Panama in preparation for his assignment to Vietnam on May 21st of 1969. Bill was assigned to the 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment, made famous by Tom Clancy in his book Armored Cav. He served as a platoon leader of the 2nd Platoon, Troop C, 1st Squadron of the 11th Cav until August 20th of 1969, when he was wounded by mortar fire during a night attack by the Viet Cong. He spent 8 months in various Army hospitals recovering from his wounds. Bill was discharged from active duty on April 20th, 1970, and spent the next 2 years in the Army Active Reserves and 2 additional years in the Standby Reserve, thus fulfilling his 6-year ROTC obligation. After being discharged from active duty, Bill returned to Royal Oak to resume his job as a high school mathematics teacher and to start a family with his late wife, Betty. In 1972, Bill joined the Ford Motor Company as a purchasing agent, where he worked for 30 years until his retirement in 2003. Bill and Betty had 4 children and 6 grandchildren, some of whom are with him today, and all of whom are successful and productive citizens. Several have served our country and communities as teachers, nurses, and with federal agencies. Since the Civil War, every single generation of Bill and Betty's families have served our country as soldiers, sailors, FBI agents, and secret agents. In 1984, Bill and Betty personally built the Beverly Hills home, where Bill still resides after more than 40 years. Bill is a life member of the Disabled American Veterans. With that, I'd like to welcome Mr. Sturley and encourage him to share a few words with us. Mr. Sturley? You can have you right here. Do you want me to hold this for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Close.
Yeah, close.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Hello, everyone. As Cindy said, my name is Bill Sturley. I've been a resident here in Beverly Hills for over 40 years. And I served in Vietnam as a combat platoon leader way back in 1969. This is a day of reflection and remembrance to honor those who lost their lives serving and protecting our country and us. I have the profound honor to represent our nation's fallen military service members who can no longer speak for themselves. I've taken this opportunity very seriously as I contemplated what Memorial Day represents and how could I express my gratitude for the sacrifices made by my fellow service members from the past. I decided it would be appropriate to help others learn about our common history as Americans who have benefited from those heroes who selflessly made the ultimate sacrifice for us. Of course, we are here today to honor those who gave their lives, protecting us and our way of life for the past 250 years, beginning back in 1775 at the battles of Lexington and Concord. My first thoughts were about the solemn and somber loss of so many service members throughout the history of our country. Then I wondered, why do we celebrate and honor our fallen with parades, picnics, carnivals, bicycle brigades, and other activities for children and adults like this morning's fun run? Are we being frivolous, superficial, or disrespectful to those we are here to honor today? So I look back into the history of Memorial Day to understand more about how our ancestors expressed their gratitude for our country's heroes. The first observance of what was then called Decoration Day, because the graves of the fallen were decorated with flowers, occurred in Charleston, South Carolina on May 1st, 1865, just 3 weeks after the end of the Civil War. Charleston was the site of a prisoner of war camp for Union soldiers where 257 souls died during their captivity. That very first honoring and thanking our fallen heroes was organized by the recently emancipated Charleston slaves and attended by 10,000 of those now freed people to thank these fallen soldiers for their freedom. The day involved a parade led by children to the cemetery where flowers were placed on graves. There were prayers, hymns, speeches. A picnic was held, and there were double-time drills by the Union infantrymen. So I guess we can rest easy that our Memorial Day observance still resembles the events of its very first occurrence. The first national occurrence, our observation of Decoration Day, was held at Arlington National Cemetery on May 30th, 1868, just 3 years later. Believe it or not, it took 100 years for Memorial Day to become an official national holiday by an act of Congress in 1968. Over those 100 years, Decoration Day morphed into honoring all fallen U.S. service members, not just Civil War. Let me close on a statistical note concerning all those we have lost since the American Revolution. Over 1.3 million have died fighting our wars since 1775. The four most devastating wars were the Civil War, in which 620,000 Americans died, World War II, 405,000, World War I, 116,000, and the Vietnam War, over 58,000. Despite the harrowing magnitude of the losses, those numbers represent a minuscule percentage of our population. On average, those who died in our defense represent just 0.4% of our total population. So especially today, it is worth remembering it always has been a very thin line of military heroes who have kept our country safe and free. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Brad. And thank you so much for your service. It's wonderful. All right, thank you so much for those really relevant and important words this morning. We're so pleased that he could be here and we could honor him today. Now I would like to introduce Senator Jeremy Moss. It is my pleasure to introduce my friend, Jeremy Moss. I'm morphing from my script a little bit because I think some important information was left out. First and foremost, he is a graduate of Groves High School right here in our very neighborhood. He has the distinction of having been the youngest ever elected official on the Southfield City Council in 2011, and he has not backed down from public service since that time. After City Council, he was elected to the Michigan House of Representatives, serving as the Democratic Caucus Whip. Then he became the Assistant Democratic Leader in his first term in the Michigan Senate. He is currently the President Pro Tem of our Michigan Senate, as well as a candidate for the U.S. House of Representatives, 11th Congressional District. Please join me in welcoming Senator Jeremy Moss.
Thank you, Judge. So it is really an honor for me to be here today. Last week, as President Pro Tem of the Michigan Senate, I presided over our Senate Memorial Day program. It was actually our 30th annual program in the Senate chamber in the hallowed halls of the State Capitol building. A very meaningful program. It is just as meaningful, if not maybe even so more meaningful, to be here in Beverly Hills, because this is community in action. You came out specifically and purposefully to mark this holiday here in our community. And we take this time on Memorial Day to salute the brave men and women who are currently serving in defense of our country and our democracy around the world. But it's especially a day to remember those who have fallen, paid the ultimate sacrifice and service to our country. We are indebted to them. Memorial Day is also very important because it's one of those few days that transcends politics. We are very divided right now. But today is a day we set our ideological differences aside to unite as Americans. We all together commend and respect those who serve our country and provide deep respect for those in our service members, our veterans, and their families. Our service members in this country exemplify grit, courage, and unwavering commitment. And they deserve more than just our gratitude. They deserve our remembrance, they deserve our reverence, and our continued dedication to the ideals that they fought to protect. So we thank all of you for coming out. We especially want to honor our Blue Star mothers, our Gold Star families. Those are family members of loved ones who gave everything in service to our country, and the rest of our community here today. This is really a demonstration of community love that is needed for our service members to go overseas, fight for our ideals, and be willing to give everything in service to our country, our democracy, our liberty, and our freedom. So again, it is an honor for me to be able to participate in what is a meaningful ceremony here in Beverly Hills, and I'm honored to be here with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator Moss. Folks, we're going to conclude today with a wreath-laying ceremony with special thanks to our local Boy Scout Troop 1024 and to bugler Jackson Quinn, who is a sophomore at the U of M and a member of the Michigan Marching Band. The wreath we have here today is dedicated to the memory of the men and women who have given their lives in defense of our country. Our military service monument stands in Beverly Park because of the vision and leadership of Beverly Hills resident Paul Kleppert. Is Paul here today? I know I saw Paul somewhere, but we thank Paul Kleppert for bringing us this beautiful memorial. I invite Village Council President John George and Senator Moss to jointly place the wreath at the base of the military service monument. All right, Scouts, are we ready for you? Folks, please remove your hats and place your hand over your heart. Sincere thanks to Jackson Quinn for playing taps for this ceremony. Thank you everyone for being here today. This concludes our Memorial Day commemoration.